The underlying trend on MBOT stock is a neutral to bearish one. Okay, so the stock has been contracting the expansion that I would say began all the way back in March of this year. It relentlessly continued to trend to the upside at various points, moderating, and that took it to a high gear as of early September. But since that time, it's been contracting. The underlying trend that was bullish since, yeah, I mean, all through all that while just went neutral to bearish as of the middle of October. The extrapolation of its 3-day moving average is saying that it's going to consolidate with the bullish bias, with an accumulative bias. Okay, that's a positive. The 40-day moving average may want to pose a resistance. It may work at some point, but the extrapolation is saying that it might resist it and go on to print high prices. The pivotal projection it has is $2.23. If it closes above that, then it might advance to possibly 2.39, or probably even retest its 200-day moving average. Okay, has since dropped below that moving average, and from all indications, it's saying that possibly by early January, it might be able to surpass this pivotal projection. Let's see now what we have on its 4-hour chart. On its 4-hour chart, it's the downtrend is expected to keep playing out, going all the way towards the 4th of December. It's not expected that it's going to challenge its 40 period moving average on this 4-hour chart. Projections are currently saying 2.15, 2.25, 2.31. Previous projections saying the same thing as well. Let's return to the daily chart and see if we can pick up any projections there. Okay, yes, we've mentioned it already, 2.23, yes. Okay, but previous projections were saying 2.7, 2.4, uh, 3.8, 4.12, 4.31. These were sort of early October, yes, when it, yeah, okay, early October, no, sorry, early October, yeah, not early September, early October. Those were the projections then. Okay, let's see now. Let's see how the stock has been trading of late. Okay, did it just slightly above its but just slightly above 50% of its day 50, I mean day 50-day average. Okay, volatility is expected to cool off I mean in the coming sessions. Yeah, so let's see now. Intraday low of 1.61 printed yesterday. What happened yesterday? Yeah, it's been printing lower prices. So yeah, yesterday it dipped. It printed it's not a 52-week low. It's just an intraday low, and it's from there that it picked up 5.78% today. Okay, let's find out more about its product.
Here's a detailed update on Microbot Medical Inc., NASDAQ, MBOT, and its recent commercial rollout of the LIBERTY Endovascular Robotic System. What's happened, what it means, and what to watch. What's new? On November 5th, 2025, Microbot Medical announced that the LIBERTY Endovascular Robotic System has commenced a limited market release, or LMR, in the US via selected high procedure volume regions. The system is described as the first single-use, remotely operated robotic system cleared by the US Food and Drug Administration, or FDA, for peripheral endovascular procedures. The LMR follows the FDA 510(k) clearance granted in September 2025. The company has built out key commercial infrastructure in advance, secured a US-based third-party logistics partner, or 3PL, to support commercialization and inventory distribution, expanded its core commercial leadership team to support the rollout, The full market release, or FMR, is expected during the Society of Interventional Radiology, or SIR conference in April 2026. Why this matters. The rollout marks the transition from regulatory approval to commercialization, a major milestone for a medical device company like Microbot. A limited launch allows the company to gather real world feedback from early adopter sites in high volume regions, refine logistics and support, and scale responsibly ahead of broader deployment. microbotmedical.gcs-web.com. Being the first single use, remotely operated system for peripheral endovascular procedures supports a differentiated value proposition in the robotic med tech space. The infrastructure investments, logistics, commercial team signal that the company is preparing for scale, not just the approval headline. A successful rollout and early adoption could drive both clinical credibility and revenue growth, which in turn affects investor sentiment and valuation. What to watch? Risks. Adoption pace and site activation. How many users or hospitals will adopt in the LMR, how quickly, and will there be learning curve issues? Feedback from real world use. The company is explicitly using the LMR to collect data. Any site issues, supply or logistics problems, or disappointed feedback could slow momentum. Pricing and reimbursement. For surgical or robotic devices, the commercial model, pricing, reimbursements, procedure volumes will be critical. Broader launch timing. The FMR is set for April 2026. Delays or setbacks could dampen enthusiasm. Competition and market dynamics. Robotics and endovascular or IR space may have other players. Being first is helpful, but staying ahead is key. Financials and dilution. As with many early stage med tech companies, funding, margin expectations, and execution risk remain. Regulatory and quality risk. Even though cleared, commercial scale brings additional regulatory reporting requirements, risk of recalls, etc. What to monitor next. Announcements of which hospitals or regions have adopted Liberty in the LMR. Early metrics, number of procedures using the system, physician or hospital feedback, case reports, or clinical outcomes from early users. Commercial updates, purchasing agreements, purchase orders, service and support contracts. Any subsequent logistics or supply chain announcements, including inventory availability or expansion of 3PL partnerships. Competitive announcements in the endovascular robotics space. Microbot's upcoming financial filings for commentary on commercial rollout, including the next 10Q or 8K for more detail on commercialization progress.